Hi everyone!
Hi! Today we are going to make our creamy bacon zoodles or noodles. Zucchini noodles basically. This is such a delicious dish, and actually I don't know if I ever told you where this recipe kind of originated from.
No.
I actually worked at a hotel in Scotland when I was younger, and we used to make something similar to this for staff dinner.
Oh, really?
Because I worked in the kitchen. But we we'd use regular pasta, and then we'd use bacon and zucchini and like these ingredients in the sauce. So I was like, wait a second, we can just take out the pasta and use the zucchini as the noodles, and it is perfect. So that's where I was first introduced to Busan, which is basically like a herb and garlic cream cheese.
It's delicious.
It is so yummy. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a go. You'll find it in kind of like the fancy cheese section at Coles or Woolies. We can get it. If you can't find this particular brand, you could use the ones in the circle.
Yeah, they're like herb and garlic or chive or something.
But this one is just a notch above. Like, I really like the texture of it. There is a difference, so splurge out and get this one. But basically we're going to use this Busan herb and garlic cream cheese, some cream, some bacon, and our zucchini noodles, and then just a bit of Parmesan cheese to serve.
So there's two options with the zucchini noodles now. When we first started keto, there was one. You had to make your own with a spiralizer.
Well, Dan had to make them.
I'm the spiralizer, but we are now lucky enough in the supermarket. If you're lazy like us, you can buy them already zoodled up for you in a packet.
Convenience, not laziness. Convenience.
Convenience, laziness, whichever you choose. But I like to salt the zoodles because it releases the water and it makes for a much less watery end product.
Yeah.
Because otherwise when you put them in the sauce, they release water and it gets a little bit watery, whereas this keeps it nice and creamy with the sauce and you don't get that sogginess from the zucchini.
Yeah, because zucchinis, I don't know, they're like one
Water.
of those like 90% water type.
They're all water. So
they're not pasta, guys.
What you need to do is just put about a teaspoon on the zoodles, just kind of lightly give them a toss, and then you just sit this aside for about 10 to 15 minutes and do that first, cook the sauce, and then these will be ready to be squeezed out.
Yeah, because we don't really need to cook them at the end. Really, we just want to, once the sauce is ready, squeeze out the zoodles and pop them in the sauce, just really to heat them through. You don't need to cook them like pasta. You definitely don't want to boil these in water because it's going to make them even more watery.
Yeah.
So this is a good way to try and reduce the wateriness. Okay, so we are just going to pop our sliced bacon into the frying pan, and we just want to cook that for about 5 minutes until it all is kind of brown.
A little bit crispy. Okay, so I'll just squeeze out you can see it's reduced down a lot and there's liquid in there already, look.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I just tend to get a bit of it in my hand, squeeze out as much, like you go as hard as you can in it, get as much out as you can. Probably just 2 handfuls today.
Oh, wow. There's so much coming out.
If you're super paranoid, you could probably do it again, but that's enough for me.
How much liquid is there?
Well, there's 2 bits of liquid now. Whoa. So you don't want all of that in your sauce. That's why you want to salt and squeeze out the water. I have been asked before about whether you need to rinse the salt off. You don't need to do that. Don't add any more water to it. Just squeeze the water out. The salt that's on there can just go into the sauce. It doesn't make it super salty at all.
Okay, so you can see our bacon's all cooked down, nice and crispy. And I've just turned the temperature right down. And now I'm going to crumble in our Busan cheese. And that is just going to melt and be all delicious. And then we've just got half a cup of cream. So we're going to add that in as well. And then we're just going to stir it around to melt the cheese and for it all to come together. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I mean, we've got the salt from the zoodles, and you know, the bacon and cheese is a little bit salty, so you don't want too much salt. And then some pepper. And then we're going to add the zoodles in, and we're just going to heat them through for a minute or two, and that'll be ready. How good does it smell in here?
It smells so
like
good.
Garlic and bacon, I mean.
And this is dinner.
I know. So we've got a little bit of Parmesan cheese to go on the top if you wanted. But yeah, that's the dinner ready. And you can see how nice and thick it is, even with the zucchini in there. It's not watery.
The tip is squeezing out the zucchini.
Yeah.
Even the store-bought one, salt it and squeeze it out.
Yeah.
Try some?
Yeah, go for it.
All that bacon goodness. Actually, the Busan is the key to this.
Yeah.
It just tastes a lot like Busan cheese. Like, it's so creamy and cheesy and delicious. It's so good.
Definitely give this one a go. It is so creamy and delicious, and if you have pasta cravings, this one is the way to go.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.